Oh, I'm a little slow there, but got it going.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Spiritual Living North Metro. I'm Reverend Michael Torphy.
I'm Reverend Valerie Torphy.
This is Greg and Sheila Fosson, our producers. We've got Stephan Anthony, our master of affirmations. And we've got Robin Hackett, our special music guest today. We welcome you all to our center, and we're going to get started with evocation. So join me by closing your eyes, moving within, and realizing the truth of your being, that you're made in the likeness and image of God, and God is all that there is, infinite, eternal, one and only one, the perfect expression of life. And as we move into this time of shared sacredness, I know that this service unfolds in all its splendor and glory. I know each individual receives exactly what they came to receive, and that we are all blessed by each other's presence. I know this day is the day that God has made, and I rejoice in it. I'm so very thankful for life, for my life, for all your lives, for the life of this planet and beyond. With deep sense of gratitude and thanksgiving, I now release, let go, and I allow it to be. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Robin, it's all yours.
Yay, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes,
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. 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 I am opening.
Yay.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Nothing like an opening song for the opening of our service.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Okay, well, we're going to take care of some business, and we'll be back to you in a few moments.
Okay.
Okay.
So today's title is Drop in the For Sure Clinic. Our guest artist is Robin Hackett. The reading is from The Anatomy of Prayer by Ernest Holmes. And if you were able to find us on Facebook this morning, check in and like us on GSL North Metro. And always check out our website, because you can sign up for getting our emails and prayer. And there's some nice blogs out there, and the affirmations, our prayers out there. So let's have, what are we having? I forgot to bring the order of service down. Are we doing the reading first, or,
Yeah, sure.
or the affirmations? I'll go get it. Stephan.
Where are you, Stephan? Oh,
There
you
we go.
So we'll start with the affirmations.
One of those days.
I release all fear and worry as I embrace divine guidance and vision. I rejoice in the beauty of God's creation everywhere. The allness of the universe lives, thrives, and goes forth from the center of my being. I am an active participant and co-creator in a world that works for everyone. Every aspect of my being is aligned in integrity with divine spirit. I am pulled towards joyful and prosperous good always. Right here and now, I am living my best possible life. And so it is.
So it is. Yeah. Love it.
Thank you. And now for some wise and divine words from The Anatomy of Healing Prayer by Ernest Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
We teach, as you know, two very simple but profound fundamental facts of existence, a divine presence and a universal law of reaction. A divine presence which is to each one of us an infinite person, and which is in each one of us of what we are. I was driving home from San Diego yesterday, and the thought came to me about something I think will make a very good talk, which said to me, and when I use that phrase, I mean I said to myself, because there is only one self-individuated in each one of us, that the overdwelling presence is the indwelling person. God in you, as you, is you. There is nothing else you can be. You didn't have anything to do with it. You didn't make it, and you can't change it. You didn't do anything that was good enough to earn it, and you can't do anything bad enough to destroy it. I always say that at every funeral, because it is true, life is. Life is self-existence. Nothing made God. The fundamental premise of our whole philosophy is that we live in a self-existent universe, self-sustaining, self-energizing, self-perpetuating, self-knowing, self-acting, and that the entire manifestation of life exists for the delight of its creator. We are not here to get saved. We are not lost. We are not here to glorify God. God isn't that much out of material. We are here to express that which is, and that is what accounts for all these inward feelings that everyone has, nebulous, incoherent at times, sometimes nearer the surface than at other times, but a steady persistency back of all things, an urge to live, to sing, to dance, to express life, to create.
Mm. Thank you, Stephan.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love those words. All right, we're going to bring Robin forward now. See you, Stephan.
I'd like to share one of my tunes with you called This Is the Moment. This is about getting into action. I really like this song, so I hope you enjoy it. This is the moment. This is the hour. Time to put everything on the line, yeah. And I am the answer. I am the reason. I'm a believer. It's all inside of me. And I will not be broken by some fear. And I will not stand still again, no. And I won't fall apart like all those times before. 'Cause I won't take it anymore. 'Cause this is a revolution. I am a changer. I am the master of all I believe. And I'm the beloved. I am a lover. I am the spirit inside of you and me. And I will not be broken by some fear. And I will not stand still again, no. And I won't fall apart like all those times before. 'Cause I won't take it anymore. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no. I will no longer compromise my life. I know that this is revolution. You are a changer. You are the master of all you believe. And this is your moment. This is your moment. Time to put everything on the line. Whoa, whoa, oh. And this is your moment. This is your moment. Time to put everything on the line.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
That's your song, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Love it. Love
Thank
it.
you,
Love it.
Valerie.
That's great.
Thank you. We're going to have some more after a bit.
Yes, yes,
So we'll
yes.
see you.
I'll be here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This morning started with a bang. We had everything that could go wrong went wrong, and everything that went right is right.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yep.
Right or wrong, we made it. Today,
There is no wrong.
there is no wrong.
Good.
Because it's right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, today's talk is called Drop In for the For Sure Clinic. I don't know about any of you, but during my seeking to be an actor day, I would get ill and I'd have to go to the clinic because starving actors don't make enough money to have insurance. So I was really familiar with clinics. And I even went to put on clinics where somebody would have something to teach and I was there to learn. So there's these two different kinds of clinics. But the most important clinic is that inner clinic, that clinic that heals all, reveals all, captures all, and is all. And we can tap into it at any moment because there's this idea that the word heal means cure. And that's not necessarily true. I looked up the origin of heal, and what I got was it's Old English, meaning wholeness, being whole, sound or well. So as we all know in this teaching, we believe that we're whole, we're perfect, whole, and complete all the time. No matter what's going on in our body temple, no matter what's going on in our lives, we are whole. And then there was a second, that was Old English, and then there was a Middle English definition that said it also means prosperity and happiness, welfare, preservation, and safety. So this clinic covers everything. And all we have to do is tap into it. And there's two ways we can tap into it. We can go within and meditate and allow the necessary ideas come forth. And we can use our word through prayer. Prayer is a powerful thing. And if it's done correctly, it comes from within. It comes from that place within you. So if there's anything going on in your lives, just drop into the For Sure Clinic and start doing the work, taking care of yourself. I remember a dear friend of mine, Reverend Gale, who's no longer with us. I took a class of his, a workshop of his once, and afterwards I asked him, I'm still not clear about this thing called cure and healing. And he says, well, you can not be cured and still be healed. And he told me a story of this this woman who was a nun in her past life. Well, not her past life. She was a nun, and then she left that practice and came to Agape, which was where I became a minister. And she was lost because she didn't know what to turn to, but somebody told her to come to this place and she would probably find what she was looking for. So what she was going through in her life at the time was she had cancer, and it was stage 4, and she was feeling not too good about life itself, and her old religious teachings didn't feed her enough. So she started taking classes with stage 4 cancer, and she matriculated to all the classes and then started taking practitioner training. And for those that don't know what a practitioner is, they're an ecclesiastical arm of our religion that is like spiritual counseling. And it takes about 4 years, would you say?
Well, yeah, at least.
At least 4 years to become a licensed practitioner. So she went through all that, and she shared in her last project that she felt she was healed. She wasn't afraid of what was going to happen to her anymore, and she felt free. She felt liberated, and that was the healing. Well, not too long after she graduated and became a practitioner, it was just a matter of weeks, she started going through a transition. And the whole class, there was like 50 people in the class, we all took different hours, so there was somebody with her every single hour. And there was this amazing experience for all of us that went through it, and all of us that was with her in class and watched her become the wholeness that she was. She realized that she was whole, she was perfect, she was complete, and she wasn't the cancer that was in her body. She was more than that. And that's an important thing to remember about living life, that sometimes you're healed, but you're not necessarily cured. But you can also be healed and cured. It's where your life path is going. It's what you need to learn in going on your journey from glory to greater glory. I had another story where this African fellow found me on the internet and started having
calling in the middle of the night.
Yeah, calling in the middle. But we had most of our conversations online, and he was a lost soul, and he asked me this question: what do I know about prayer? And I thought, what do I know about prayer? I know a lot about prayer because I've gone through all kinds of stages with prayer, from being Catholic and doing that kind of prayer to becoming a minister, and that process of becoming a minister and learning affirmative prayer. So I told him what I knew about prayer, and he went on to ask, is prayer putting out our energy, or does prayer have to be in alignment with God's will? And so we got into a conversation about God's will. And for me, well, each one of us has to come to grips with what we believe. And there is no right or wrong, as we said earlier. So this is how I see it, that God's will isn't forced upon us. God's will can come through grace. And it's a gentle giving of itself, giving of its knowledge, giving of its wisdom, giving of its guidance, giving of its clarity. But we have the will to follow that or not follow that. God's will created the universe, created this planet, created everything on this planet, created food and homes, and everything that we experience comes from God's will. But when it comes to our individual life, God gave us free will. God didn't make us as robots where everything was fed into us and we would just do what we were told. Because as any of us read the news or watch anything, God's will in individuals can go all kinds of places. Can be negative, can be positive, can be creative, can be destructive. That's free will. And a lot of us learn through our own prayer work and through our own studies that we can use our will by giving our will to God's grace and allowing grace to guide us and direct us in everything we say and do. So for me, I believe that there is a divine healer within me. And I've dealt with lots of physical pain and lots of emotional pain and lots of even spiritual pain in my life. And what I know is it was everything that I experienced in my life got me to this point in my life where I have freed myself from so many different things. And I know this for a lot of people, having worked as a spiritual counselor for many, many people. It's so gratifying to see a person do their own healing, turn to their own clinic within, and allow the healing to take place.
So I wanted to talk about stress a little bit, because in several of the books that I read this week, they talked about that being one of the things that really allows for dis-ease in the body. And it can be, here's what Henry Grayson said in a book called Your Power to Heal. It's really quite a nice book. He said, stress can be a network of traumas, negative beliefs, thoughts, and emotions, perceptions, downloads of family patterns. And so sometimes that stress we're not even aware of, because it's something that we've inherited in our DNA. Mm-hmm. So and I think we're starting to know about that and talk about that more, that there's some things that we've gotten in our DNA that are now we're aware of, and they're coming to the surface. And so how we react to that stress can be different for everybody. We give it our own meaning. And so there are things that might stress me that maybe wouldn't stress Reverend Michael, or wouldn't stress you, or things that might stress you that wouldn't stress me. And that's because of the meaning that we give it. And so somebody can be doing or saying something that I really don't like, and I have a feeling that I need to stop it or control it or do something about it. And I can get really angry and stressed over that, because I'm in a place where I'm wanting to control, but I don't have any control. Or I can react to it by like, wow, look at that. And so we all have those opportunities to recognize the stress that we're under. And I think it's really showing up a lot these days for a lot of us who are mostly home all of the time, and mostly home either by ourselves or with the same people or peoples all of the time. And so I've noticed in myself lately that I might be invited to be upset over small things. And so when I catch myself doing that, and I don't always catch myself before I say something stupid or unkind, or when I catch myself doing that, I can check in and go, wow, what just triggered that? And is this how I want to respond to that? And what would be a better way? And so I can notice when maybe I'm being controlling, or maybe I'm just tired, or I'm hungry, or
I get on your nerves.
Or I've said yes to too many things, because that's one of my things. I say yes to too many things, and that's what my week's been like this week. It's been this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, and I'm still behind on lots of the other things, and I still got more things to do. Well, who's in control of that? Oh yeah, me. Who's the one that needs to say, instead of, okay, I'll do that. And I did that a few times this week. I said, I'm really busy today, and I can do this on this day, or I can do this next week, or if it's, if it needs to be done today, maybe somebody else could do it. I actually did that a few times this week. I'm very proud of myself. And then there are other stressors. Like one of my stressors this week, my son gave me a desk and a credenza, and it managed to get from his house to my house, and then it was just too heavy for the person who hauled it to get it up the stairs. And so I had my office all torn up, and everything's in another room in boxes and just sitting. And it's been days and days and days. And I still don't have an office and I still don't have a desk. My other son is coming to take care of me today. Thank you very much. And I was really invited to be really uptight about that because I didn't have my space to work. I had lots and lots of things going on and I was having trouble finding things and I didn't know when I was going to get a desk. And so going within, thinking about it, being still for a while, it's like, is being upset going to help this? No. Are we doing everything we can do in this situation? Yes. Is everybody helping me that can help me? Yes. Well, what do I need to do to make myself okay? And so I can just get the things out I need to get out and dig when I need to, and I can do it without being upset and without being worried and without being harried.
I got to witness that. You did really well.
Did I?
Yeah.
I felt myself losing it a couple of times.
Because not only was everything scattered and she had this ton of things to do, her car was outside being snowed on because the credenza is in her parking place. And you went through it very well, I think.
Oh, good.
Knowing you, spending the years with you, I can say it was done very well.
I felt myself losing it a few times, and it's like, okay, what do I have control over in this situation? We're doing everything we can. I do have a desk. I still have a computer. The printer's on the floor, but it's still working. And so it's all really okay. It's not like I would like it to be, but it's all really okay. So most of us like change when it's something we want to do, like go on vacation or go on a trip or do something. But we don't like it so much when it's something we're forced into, like maybe stay at home for months and months and months and months and not have the holidays we want to have, and having to go through, is it going to be safe to go get my hair done or go to the dentist or even go to the grocery store? And so that can be a stressor too. And so some of us might be feeling a little housebound, especially now that it's snowing and it's cold and we can't get out and walk every day. I guess we could. We could put our snow boots on and go. There's always something we can do. So where I'm going with this is we're in control of how we react to things. Mm-hmm. We're in control of what we do with what is coming in. Like, for example, this morning, our StreamYard link didn't work. And Greg and Sheila were just really working hard to get everything working all right. And we ended up having to send links out at the last minute. And I was looking about that and I was thinking, so we're a little late getting started this morning. What else could we do? Oh, I could be upset and maybe think about blaming, and what good would that do? Stuff just happens sometimes, and we don't have to be upset about it. So I want to talk about Deepak Chopra a little bit here. He wrote that first book about healing the body a really long time ago, and he was a doctor who was seeing patients and seeing some patients die who didn't have to, and some patients live who didn't think there was any possibility for them to have that spontaneous healing. And he told one story of a man who was in his office because he'd seen somebody else and he still was having high blood pressure and he was still having problems and he was really, really angry about it. And he sat right on the table and worked himself up to the point where he had a heart attack and died right on that table. And that Deepak Chopra said he was in the office less than 5 minutes. And he just worked himself up into a frenzy and had a heart attack and died.
Yikes.
And then there was another person, and I may have told this before, so forgive me if I have. A woman came to see him, and she was in a lot of abdominal pain, and they eventually did exploratory surgery, and what they found when they did the surgery is that she was full of cancer and there really wasn't anything they could do, so they just sewed her back up, and her daughter talked to Deepak Chopra and said, don't tell my mom that. Tell her that you got it and she's going to be okay. And so he decided that it was really up to the daughter to have that conversation with her mother. And so he told her that they'd removed her gallbladder and that she was going to be fine. Well, he just assumed that she had passed away, and she came back to see him 8 months or a year later and said, I'm so grateful. I thought I had cancer, and when you told me it was just my gallbladder and that you'd removed it, I knew I was going to be okay. And she healed herself. So our minds have the ability to create sickness and to create health. And I know that it's not always physical health, but it can be. So it's all the things. It's the mental health, it's emotional health, it's physical health, spiritual health. And what we're here to do and who we're here to be is be as much one with that spirit all of the time as we can. And when we recognize that, oh, I'm feeling really disconnected, oh, I'm really getting angry about this, oh, I'm really doing that, then we get to reassess ourselves and look at where we are and say, wow, I have an opportunity to change this. Ernest Holmes talks about living in a spiritual universe, which is perfect God, perfect person, perfect being, and we're experiencing it right now. And he says everything that contradicts it is itself to be contradicted, not necessarily vehemently, violently, or by resistance, but it is to be contradicted because it's not true. And then he talks about we have the tools to do that in Science of Mind. And so what I was thinking about, because there are a really lot of things going on around and people are really polarized with this thing or that thing, and we probably all have fairly strong opinions about what things should be and what things shouldn't be and how people should act and how things shouldn't act. And if we let ourselves begin to condemn what somebody is doing and do it in a way that is negative to ourselves, remember, our thoughts are things, and our thoughts do things to our bodies, and they stress us, and stress makes us ill. And so we have the power to concentrate on what we do want, how we do want things to be, what it would look like if everything were peaceful and whole, and just really concentrate on that, because he says it's already done in the divine mind. It's already done. It's already perfect. It's already okay. It's just we're unbalanced right now because we think things should be a different way. And so we have the opportunity to focus our beliefs and our thoughts and our actions on what we want, where we want to be. And if it's peace, and I imagine that's something that almost all of us want, concentrate on peace and concentrate on health and concentrate on wholeness. Do you have more to say about that?
Well, you got to watch your wants too, because I knew a person who wanted to have their bank account bigger than it was. So this was one of my days of agape. So she was writing checks for $1,000, $1,500, because she wanted that to be, she wanted to affirm that she had it, even though she didn't have it. So she's writing these checks, and the want is there, but the use of the spiritual principle wasn't there. So just writing a check for money she didn't have in the bank, I mean, they didn't even bother putting it in anymore. They just took it and blessed her and let her think whatever she was thinking. But we have to deal with whatever we're dealing with at the level that we're at, not the level of what we're dealing with, but the level we're at. And sometimes if we want a raise and we can only comprehend so much of a raise, then that's okay. You don't want to go beyond what you believe in, and that's true for everything. I'm going to share something personal now. I think it was 3 years ago, no, maybe 5 years ago. I went to the doctor because I was shaking, and I got a diagnosis that I have Parkinson's, and that freaked me out because I thought my life is over. All those thoughts that go through your head, and I went. Some years later, I went to another doctor thinking that I'd get a different result, and it was still the same. But what I know is I had to heal the fear of having this thing called Parkinson's. I had to let go of it being my title and what was guiding me through life, and just live life to its extent, and become okay with where I was, with who I am. And Reverend Valerie was talking about earlier about genetics, and my father had it, my older brother had it, and my two other brothers didn't have it. So the cards were dealt, I deal with them, and I live life fully, free from the fear, free from the anxiety, free from thinking that it runs my life, because what I know is I am perfection, I am whole, I am not this thing that was labeled with me. What is that? What do they call that that evil witch in Harry Potter? He
Who shall not be named?
Yeah, that's why I refer to it now. That which shall not be named, that's in my body. It has no power over me. I'm free. I'm whole. I'm complete. And that was the healing. Not the healing was to get out of worry, to get out of fear, to get out of living in the definition of what that should not be named is. And I don't know, I feel like my path is my path, and it's blessed the way it is. I've had a blessed life, and I continue to have a blessed life, and life is good all the time, no matter what.
And he also does what the doctor says.
Yeah.
Because that's important too, I think. Because I think sometimes it works, and you got to know yourself too. Is this something like? Is this something I can heal myself, or is this something that a little medicine will help? And that's okay too, because that's one of the things that I really like about religious science is there's not one way. Each of us finds our own way that's the right way for us, and however we go about doing that, that's the right way. I just I think I might have said that. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the unified field too, but it was David Bohm, and I think it was in the 30s when they started talking about the unified field, and they started realizing that we've all been taught the mechanical side of the universe where you have to see things for them to exist, and things are this way and they can't be that way. And all of a sudden, when they started understanding the unified field of consciousness and the interconnectedness of everything, and how there's so much going on that we can't see, that our thoughts and our feelings and ourselves are all having a lot to do about that. And also how interconnected that we all are, that we're not these individual people just going along doing our things and occasionally bumping into each other. We're all one with the one. So we're all here doing the things that we're doing to have the spiritual experience that we're having, to hopefully leave this plane in a higher consciousness that we came in. And that also is a choice. That's my choice. I'm not making that choice for everybody. But so when we see people that we disagree with, or they're doing things that we don't like, it's all one thing. They're not separate from us. We are not separate from them. Everything on this planet and everything everywhere is all one thing. It's all one thing going on.
Mm-hmm. One thing.
One thing.
Not two. One. This is a universe, not a biverse. So there's only one thing going on, although there are multiple universes probably. So it's the one thing going on in infinite ways, just like on our planet. It's the one thing going on in infinite personalities, infinite journeys. Each one of us headed in the same direction, but on our own path and our own journey. And the important thing I want to get across to you is you can heal anything and not necessarily be cured with it. You can heal anything and not necessarily be cured with it. And that goes for physical, for emotional, for your lack and limitation, or anything that's happening in your life can be healed. And when you're healed, you're free. And through the healing can come a cure. Just put that through your thought process and see how you feel comfortable with it. For me, it was liberating. How about you? Okay?
Yeah, good.
Or you feel complete here?
Yeah, I'm good.
I guess we better move on then. We still have some more music
Yeah,
and some more fun
and the prayer.
and a prayer.
Yeah,
So am I going to start, or are you going to start it?
go ahead.
Okay. So join us in prayer. Find the joy within yourself. Find the freedom within yourself. And give all glory to God. God being the one presence, the one power, the one infinite and eternal life. Life through that which is animate, life through that which is inanimate. Through the atoms and the molecules and everything that creates form and the formless. One power, one presence, one God, one life. That life is my life, that life is Reverend Valerie's life. That life is each and every person that is participating in this service today. Right where you are, God is in its entirety, lacking nothing, limited by nothing, bound by nothing, restricted by nothing. Perfect, whole, and complete. And so I send out light and love across the planet, blessing all those who have lost somebody to this pandemic, blessing the families, the friends, all those who are feeling lost, blessing all those people that feel they're stuck in their home and feel alone, sending out light and love, knowing that you're not alone. In the oneness, we're all family, we're all friends, we're all one together. Blessing all those that have kept things going, the nurses, the doctors, the technicians, the people delivering mail and packages, the people running shopping stores, food stores, all those folks, we send out light and love and thanksgiving. I know that each and every one of us is guided and directed on our divine path, and our lives are so important, so blessed to be here, blessed to be in this life, in this time and space. And I pass to Valerie.
Thank you. And I just take this moment to breathe in peace and breathe out that conflict and just let it go. And breathe in oneness and wholeness and allness. And breathe out conflict for ourselves and for everyone else. Just understand the truth of our being, the truth of your being, the truth of my being, the truth of all beings is oneness. Oneness with the one source, the one power, the one presence, the one life. There is no separation. There is only one. We are each one with each other, one with the one with all that is. And so I know for each and all of us, perfect health and wholeness and abundance and prosperity and joy and understanding and compassion. And peace and harmony. I know that for the planet. And I send that out, surrounding all of our cities and countries and states and around the planet. Just love and peace and joy. And an absolute gratitude for knowing that this word is complete. I release it. And I speak this word also for those who've asked for prayer this week.
Mm-hmm.
For Lana and her healing. For Tyler and his healing and growth. For anyone else who needs prayer this week. I know it is done. I know it is so. So grateful. Grateful to know this truth. Grateful for all of the good that we have. Grateful for all the good that's coming. Grateful to know that this word cannot come back void, that it is manifesting right here and right now in the mind of God, that it is done. And knowing it is done, knowing that it is manifesting into form right here and right now, I know there's nothing more for me to do but release it, let it go into the spirit of love, let it be into the action of the law. Knowing it is done, I release it, I let it go, I allow it to be, and together we say, and so it is. Ashe, amen, and woohoo! Now, bet you it's time for some music.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
And who could that be but
Robin?
Oh, you guys, that was wonderful. You are a delight to watch.
Like George Burns and Gracie Allen.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking. So funny. Well,
a lot of youngsters that don't know what we're talking about.
That's okay.
Well, that's okay. It's truly okay. So I'd like to share a song with you that I wrote quite a few years ago and totally forgot about. It's for the holiday. And I won't be around due for the holiday, but I wanted to just send this out to you guys and to this beautiful community that I've been a part of since I moved to Colorado. Thank you. And the holidays for me is just about not the coming of the light, but the remembering of the light that we are, remembering the love that we are. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know, but so oddly enough, the Star of Bethlehem will appear this year after 800 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I know, which is pretty symbolic considering all that's going on. It's the perfect time. So I just wanted to share this song with you guys. So
thank you.
As we gather for this season, let there be a rhyme and reason. Oh, lay aside all earthly things. Welcoming this newborn King. The gift of love, the gift of life, reminds us why on this holy night, that there inside of every star is a perfect light. We truly are. And we are wise and we are great, and this is why we celebrate. Oh, ash to ash and dust to dust, we are one. All of us. So I lay me down to sleep. And this I know, this I believe, we were born into the light on that holy night. Star bright, oh, wish I might have the wish I wish tonight, to all things great and all things small, peace on earth, goodwill to all. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Oh, peace on earth, goodwill to all.
So beautiful.
Wow. You are so talented.
Oh, thank you.
That's like one of the best Christmas songs I've heard in a long, long time.
Thank you, Michael.
I loved it. And thanks for blessing us with it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, well, we got a little business to do, and then we'll get our last song from you if you will wait for us.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is our conscious giving time. We call it conscious because you have free will. You can give or not give, but we encourage you to do so because we think we got a good thing going on, and we love to keep it going on. We love to serve in different ways as we move towards finishing this pandemic and get back to having people come to our place and seeing them live and actually giving hugs and all that stuff. So we got to keep things going, and we would appreciate anything that you would like to give to us, knowing that you do it from the depth of your soul and the love for what we're doing. So let's bless it.
Well, first,
Oh yeah.
if you use Venmo, you can use the QR code that's up on your screen, or the easiest way to give is to go to our website, cslnorthmetro.org, and there are a couple of choices of how to give there. And just give from your heart, and we thank you and appreciate it.
So this basket represents the one that we pass around and people put their gifts in it. So we just see in the invisible, this being filled. So just shine your light towards the screen, knowing that your energy comes out and blesses this basket to be in full. And repeat after me. We give thanks for this sacredness of giving.
We give thanks for the sacredness of giving,
Knowing that giving is receiving.
knowing that giving is receiving.
We are blessed with abundance and prosperity.
We are blessed with abundance and prosperity.
We send these gifts out freely,
We send these gifts out freely,
knowing they touch many lives,
knowing they touch many lives,
uplift and inspire,
uplift and inspire,
and come back multiply.
and come back multiplied.
For this and so much more,
For this and so much more.
we say thank you,
We
thank
say
you, thank you.
you, thank you, thank you.
And so it is.
So it is.
Anything else you need to say?
Nope, I'm ready for Robin. Are you?
Yeah, I'm ready for Robin. Can't wait.
No.
Yes.
Beautiful.
All right. My favorite song. I always sing this song at your service. I'm at your service every time. Attitude of gratitude, everyone. That just puts us right back in the God spot. So today I saw the sun. I stood out in the rain and watched the eagle fly again. I heard a baby cry and walked right through the storm and felt the wind upon my face. The life that lives and breathes in you and me. And I'm peaceful, yes. And I'm grateful, yes. And I'm thankful, oh Lord. Yes, I am. And I'm hopeful, yes. And I'm so full. And I'm thankful, Lord. I am so peaceful, yes. I'm grateful. I'm thankful, Lord. I am. I'm hopeful, yes. And I'm so full. And I'm thankful, Lord. I am. Oh, I'm thankful, Lord. I am. Yes, I am. Oh, I am so grateful, so thankful, so peaceful. I am. I am.
Yeah, we're thankful for you.
That song gives me chills every time. I just love that so much. And I just love you so much in your music. Tell everybody how they can get your music because it is so amazing.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. You can get my music at robinhackettmusic.com.
Yeah, go out there and buy her music.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you.
Oh,
So happy New Year to you guys and happy holidays and everything. And I'll see you at some point.
okay, yeah. Well, you're on the schedule for next year.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And thank you, Greg and Sheila, for the awesome work that you've done. You actually got us on.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for the awesome message.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we love you, and we got the Zoom now.
Yeah, we do. We have a Zoom meeting right after this. So join us on Zoom. The comments have the link in there, and we would love to see you. Share our ahas and how kind. It's not quite as nice as standing around the table eating food and sharing, but it's a lot better than not.
And next week we'll have a very special holiday celebration. We'll be celebrating all the different holidays that take place at this time of year. There'll be music and learning and all kinds of good stuff. So be sure to tune in next week for a special holiday service.
Yeah. So blessings, everyone. And
Bye.
we'll see you on Zoom. Bye.
Love you all.
Love you.
Are you going to benedict us out?
Yeah. It's been that kind of a day.
So from the laughter, from the joy, from the camaraderie, the friendship, the love that is taking place in our life every single day, I give thanks. I bless each and every one of you for coming, and so grateful for your presence in this world. You are so needed at this time. I'm grateful for life, for love, for everything that is beautiful. And I just say, and so it is.
And so it is.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you.
All right. See you guys in the Zoom.